Dramatic, you are not the father reveals on paternity court. Let's go.
I feel bad for him if he really feels
Good
like
girl, you
that.
don't be quiet.
I do.
Be quiet.
I'm just
Feel bad for somebody now. Be quiet.
I do.
Mr. Wallace.
You took me through everything, Ray.
I took you through everything.
took me through
boy.
everything.
Please, we'll go talk to somebody about that because if he was
Hold on.
We don't need to
Hold
talk
him
about
on.
nothing.
Okay,
Man,
so
she
it
ain't
is what
doing
it
It
is.
is what it
It
is.
is what it
right?
is.
In this episode, a man comes to court to prove he is the father of a 29-year-old woman.
Mr. Morris,
Okay.
you say you are 100% certain that you are the biological father of the 29-year-old woman standing across the aisle and want this court to put an end to years of confusion, lies, and doubt. Is
But his
that
Okay.
daughter doesn't agree.
You say you don't believe Mr. Morris is your
Whoa,
father
whoa, whoa, whoa.
and that you've been
What black man randomly claims children that ain't his? First of all, that should already be the sign that he might have a case. You know, if you some man coming to you randomly talking about I might be your dad, you might want to listen because black men don't just come claiming kids. Most of the time they getting out of there. So
lied to by your mother, Miss Smith, regarding who is your biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Their relationship had its turmoils, but now they're back together.
And so what is the status of your relationship right now?
Well, we're back together.
You are.
Yes.
Yes.
We're a couple.
After how many years?
14 years to be precise.
14 years.
Yes.
And now you're back together.
Yes.
The paternity issue continues to hang as a dark cloud over their relationship.
You say you were only with her. She said she was only with you.
I came back to town after hearing it from 3 different individuals that she was pregnant with my child at the time. And we stayed in 2 different towns.
He went to see
Okay.
her only to be told this.
Where I was to go to her town to talk to Mrs. Smith to try to get this resolved because...
Was she pregnant at this time or had the baby been born?
No, Legina was already born. But at the time when I talked to her, the 2 days I was in town to see Mrs. Smith, we had an issue and she told me to my face that, none of her children were mine.
Here's her
Okay.
reason for saying so.
He was trying to get back with me, and I didn't want to get back with him.
The judge went on to ask the daughter what made her have doubts.
The man who's on my birth certificate, I've always known him to be my father.
And at
okay,
what
men
point
don't
did
sign
you
birth
realize
certificates
that
either for no reason.
there is a possibility he wasn't your biological father?
I remember as a child, my mom taking me to get a DNA test, and I didn't remember the results at that time, but I do have a faint memory of her saying that he wasn't.
She brought evidence to the court to prove he was not her father.
Yes, like I was
Dang.
saying, it went back to
Hold on,
normal
let's look
for
at
me
this real
that
quick.
the man
Hold
who's
on.
on my birth certificate was my father, and
Timeline about who's my father. Man on the birth certificate is my father. Mr. Morris comes to visit, introduce himself as my dad. 1 week later, Mr. Morris leaves my mother, claims other man is my father. 2015, mother tells me a deceased man, Mr. Woods, could be my father.
a couple of months ago, my mom, she told me that Mr. Woods, a guy who's deceased, that he could possibly be my father.
So let me understand this. The bottom
Well, tell
line
me
is,
Mama
as a
was
young
lying.
woman, you've been told different stories.
This is very confusing.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Morris,
Yes, Sean.
you are not her father.
What?
White baby, blonde hair, and blue eyes
After
were
all
all this
that.
woman needed to be convinced the baby is not his son's.
Second appearance before the court. Now, when you were last here, it was to reveal a secret you'd kept from your son for 29 years. He then received the heartbreaking news that the man he'd always known as his dad was not his biological father. You testified that the very same thing happened to you with your mother. So today you are here to break the cycle because another of your sons, Mr. Cooper, has a child whose paternity is also in question.
Here is why her son, Mr. Cooper, had
The
doubts.
first time I had an inclination that something was going on. I was actually working, and as I'm pulling into the driveway, I see this black car, and this guy walks into the building we live in. Didn't think nothing of it, so I go into the house. The same guy I just seen come out the car is now sitting inside the house, okay?
Oh.
When he decided to have a conversation with the man his wife is cheating on him with, he realizes his wife had been lying about him.
I said,
No.
I mean, I knew of you, but I didn't know you were still living here. I was told I wasn't there. Pretty much a deadbeat dad, Okay, and I explained to him, I said, you look around, my clothes is here, I live here.
His wife admitted to the affair and stated her reasons.
Miss Cooper, were you cheating with this man?
At that time I was, but I wasn't. Me and Walter were on the outs. Walter has cheated on me so much that at that time, what I did was I wanted Walter
No. We don't want to hear that. You leave, okay? If he cheating, just leave, but don't cheat back. Y'all ain't got to do the cheating wars, bro. Then it gets toxic. You get other kids involved. Oops, now I got another mother. Oops, there's another father. You're not the father. Here you go. Then you get this scenario right here. This is what happens.
She would be the one to call off the relationship.
Then she wakes up one day and says what?
This is not working anymore. I'm done. I'm out of here. She withdrew the kids from school, and she had made a phone call, and she was gone.
Is this true, Miss Cooper?
Yep, I left.
Because you felt what?
Because it wasn't working.
He made a revelation that shows he knew the person she was cheating with.
The guy that she cheated with, we would
Sit
sit
and
down.
talk and hang out?
We sat down.
I've never heard of such.
Wow.
He didn't know at that time.
No, I didn't know, but see, this is the thing. I didn't know.
You didn't know.
Right. We would
Oh,
sit
wow.
and talk. I let him
So
in.
you
on some-
knew this person
Yeah, I know who he is.
and no clue
No
he's
clue.
sleeping with your wife.
None whatsoever.
While Mr. Cooper can't see any similarity in the child's features, Mrs. Cooper brought evidence to the court to prove her claim.
Please hand me
Let's see
His
this proof.
grandmother
evidence.
is white, which the gene passes down to his, I want to say grandfather. Then his grandfather passes it down.
That's true.
So if you
Right.
get somebody that has white in their genes, and then you get me, which is already white, why can't my daughter be bright skinned?
And it is in fact true. There is something called a recessive gene or a throwback gene.
Yeah, but
It's time for the
it's rare.
results.
When it comes to the paternity of 1-year-old Armani Nairi Cooper, Mr. Cooper, you are not her father.
A man and his mother are here to know if the child they love is her
After all
son.
her,
Mr. Fuller, you and
her
your mother
graph
are
and
here today
everything.
to prove that you fathered the defendant's 2-year-old daughter, Milani.
Yes, ma'am.
You say Ms. Nelson led you to believe that you were her daddy and build a strong relationship, but now wants to rip her away from you.
Yes, ma'am.
it's terrible.
Ms. Nelson doesn't seem to care that they have a relationship with her daughter
Ooh, she
or
kinda
loves
evil.
her.
They will never see my daughter again, and their time just has expired with my child.
Wow. That's kind of harsh considering
Ooh,
they
he
have a
about to get
relationship with
heartbroken.
her, isn't it?
Barely.
When asked about the bond they have with the kid, here's what they have to say.
One with Milani, she'll bring her hair to me. She'll let her stay the night and everything for about 3 months.
Not 3 months. I'm positive.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Have you allowed Milani to spend the night with
I
him?
have allowed her to spend the night with him.
We live in Fort Lauderdale. She stay in Melbourne. We have this baby 2 to 3 months.
How is she sure she's the grandmother? When asked about the bond they have with the kid, the back and forth descended into verbal chaos.
Let's get some order.
I don't know why you
don't do a
changed
thing for
all
my
of
child.
a sudden, but you never act like this with us. So I don't even know why you doing this. You should never put us through this.
Miss Fuller?
Man, much as I love this baby, I love this baby
It's
with
gonna
all
hurt,
my
man.
heart.
Why
We
is
know
she
the title of the
convinced he's
video.
not the father?
He's not the father.
From day one, I never believed that he was the father,
You
Your
told
Honor.
me out your
I
mouth.
never
Oh,
believed that
shit.
he was the
Why
father.
is them kids today? Why is them
Wait,
I'm not
wait,
talking. Let
wait.
her
Oh, you get
answer.
mama mad.
Thank you.
Today.
Let her answer.
Mr. Fuller came to the court with evidence.
Do you believe your daughter cannot even believe it's a possibility that he's her biological father? What do you think this is about?
The other guy.
The other guy.
When her and the other guy gets mad, it's Mr. Fuller's baby. When her and Mr. Fuller's not speaking, then it's the other guy's baby.
Oh,
Oh, you
He's
trading
also
fathers.
convinced that her features are like his.
now this last piece of evidence in the folder is a picture. And this is a picture of you, Mr. Fuller,
Yes, you are.
and Milani,
Yes, ma'am.
and you submitted this to show what exactly?
Because she looked just like me.
The twist came when Ms. Nelson's mother
To her-
was called to
I don't know.
testify.
A lot of testimony about your mother, Miss Nelson. And thank
know the
goodness
title.
she was able to come to court today because I want to hear from her. You do.
Yes.
Why do you believe your daughter cannot even believe it's a possibility that he's her biological father. What do you think this is about?
The other guy.
The other guy. It's borderline cruel the way you're acting. I mean, you know, there is a part of me that truly wants to understand your position, but
It's time for the results.
Here
it has been determined by this court. Mr. Fuller, you are not her father.
Ooh.
I knew it.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, man. It's sad, man. It's always a sad scenario, man. Leave a like. Next video up there on the screen if you want to check out some more content like this, man. Till next video. I'll see y'all there, man. Peace.